Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Let's Play Dominions 5 Warriors of the Faith, where our faith encompasses pretty much almost all of the known world. Previously, we had to deal with an invasion of Russians. We eventually crushed them, but not before they went on a massive rampage through my territory and captured the province around Oak Halls here. They didn't manage to capture the fortress itself, but it was a bit close for comfort, but we did manage to massacre them in the end. The problem was they were always one step ahead of us constantly, always managing to move away from us as our attacking army was chasing them, and we only caught up with them when we got them pinned, besieging my fortress. So the Russians definitely seem to be a bit quicker than us on the campaign map, which is worrisome, but there it is. Anyway, in the aftermath of that, our main one giant army we've got at the moment is heading back to Marverny at the moment, because we are going to rendezvous with all of the reinforcements we've got piled up here. Look at the absolute size of it. It's crazy. I've got recruitment and everything set up. I'm just going to hit the end turn button now. Alright, Sounder of Boars was cast. We got even more magic boars. Geriatrics has found 2 magic sites in Warshin. That's excellent news. Unexpected events occurred in Corbion. Handful of gems have been found in a hot valley. +9 fire gems. I don't need them, but I guess it's nice to have them. What did we find then? We found a painted cave, which produces an astral pearl. Nice. And an earth blood seepage, which produces 2 earth gems per turn. Also nice. Very good. Alright. Alright, let's send you somewhere you've not been yet. Go over there, Geriatrics. Keep searching for stuff, my friend. Keep searching for stuff. Anyway. In the meantime, you lot keep making your way back home. Once we are home, Doompig, once he's anywhere with a lab, really, he just needs to be somewhere with a lab. Doompig can summon some pretty nice units, because our conjuration magic's getting quite high up there now. Oh, construction, bloody... we've gotten to the point now where we can summon things like Leogryphs, wherever they are. Vine Ogres. That just sounds awesome. Vine Ogres, that's got to be good. Or a Chitharonic Lion. You know. And then after that, it starts getting really interesting. Contact Forest Trolls, for example. Waken a Sleeper, whatever that is. An ancient hero from Eternal Sleep. Sleeper is a huge human hero armed with ancient weapons, waiting for the final cataclysmic battle that would decide the fate of the world. Like, there's some really good stuff up here, which, because of the level of nature magic required... Oh, we could summon a Manticore as well, look. Earth and nature. Basically, because of the level of magic required, pretty much the only person who could manage it is Doompig himself. He's the only character I've got with enough of the required skill. Wild Hunt, eh? The caster unleashes the Wild Hunt upon the world. The hunt is led by Herne, the Lord of the Hunt, an ancient deity of the wild, roaming the woodlands in search of those who have offended the wild and its inhabitants. When the hunt has been called, a powerful priest of enemy faiths will be hunted down for as long as the Lord is not slain. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. 15 H gems to do it, but that's really cool. Ooh, that's really cool. Targets enemy priests located in forest provinces. Bit situational, but cool. Apart from the main hunt led by Herne, the Lord of the Hunt, there are 2 lesser hunts without the Lord. Very cool. Look at this one, King of Banefires. We can't do this one because it's fire and death, but Anthrax, the King of Banefires. Whew. The really high-level stuff is pretty cool. Enchanted Forests, look at that. All forests will start to whisper the hymns to the pretender that controls this enchantment. This will spread dominion to the places where false pretenders were worshipped. All forests under neutral enemy dominion act as if they were temples of the caster's pretender. Wow. Oh, man. Yeah. Awaken a Tarask, whatever that is. An ancient sleeping dragon! We could summon a dragon! At level 9! Oh, I'm kind of hoping we can get to level 9 now, actually, before the game's over. Keep recruiting druids. I want more research. Anyway, on that note, keep recruiting more boar warriors too, actually. But yes, I rather fancy the idea of being able to, summon dragons and troll kings' courts and things like that. Do you know what's interesting? It looks like the Russians have actually lost Wick Forest. You know that battle earlier, which I thought that they were going to easily win? Maybe they didn't. Because they've lost Wick Forest. That is interesting. That is very interesting. Huh. Anyway. Right. You hide and wait. You research for now. And end turn. Research and conjuration is completed. We're at level 6. Good stuff. Good stuff. Everyone keep moving. We've got 33 blood slaves now. 33 of the buggers. Geriatrics is still moving. Yeah. This place needs a bit of defense. Lucerys, can you build a lab here? That would be really good. Yeah, build me a lab, please. Useful thing to have down there. I would just to transfer magic items and things. And recruit mages, for that matter. Speaking of mages, look at all the druids I've got. Wow. More druids. We need more. I want more research. And since I don't have access to things like the magical quill, the more the better, frankly. They're all like 11 research each, which honestly is not a huge amount in the grand scheme of things. So, yeah. Keep that up. Go ahead and end turn. Okay, there was a battle in Pergami. What happened there? Villains have tried to seize control of the province. Oh, that was good timing, wasn't it? Just as my ancient named hero moves in. Oh dear. Well, at least he's got some guys helping defend the place with him, but, well, let's see what you're made of, geriatrics. But, yeah, what do we got here? Villains. Bandits, basically. Not very good, all things told. They're a pretty crap unit, but let's see, let's fast this forward a bit. Geriatrics doesn't know very many useful offensive spells, really, and he's taking quite a bit of arrow damage right now. These sneaky little bastards are targeting my commander, specifically. Never thought of doing that before, actually, telling archers to attack rearmost enemies, or fire at rearmost enemies, if you even can. Yeah, they're routed, though, so goodbye, good sirs. That was kind of annoying, though. Poor Geriatrix has picked up another wound. He's limping now as well. Flippin' heck. Anyway, maybe we should get him one of those magic doodads that heals afflictions or something. I think that was just diseases, wasn't it? Either way, search for magic sites, which is what he came here to do in the first place. Meanwhile, everyone here has arrived, which is great news. So let's do a bit of organisation, shall we? All the boars. All of the boars. Congrats, you've now... Oh my god, look at the size of the boar blob. It's ridiculous. But hey, there we go. They can go there. Undisciplined, so they'll just do whatever. Boar warriors here. All the bonus cavalry here. Cave drakes. Cave drakes. Let's have a look at you guys. Dark vision, undisciplined. I might want to throw these guys in with the boars then if they're undisciplined. Cold-blooded. Cave drakes are huge reptiles that are almost impervious to damage. Yeah, they've got protection 22. A hefty bite. And, yeah. And 58 hit points as well, so they're pretty beefy. Pretty beefy fellas. Quite slow, though. Quite slow. I had a great encounter with a cave drake, actually, in a previous campaign. My guys were wailing away on him, and they couldn't really do much to damage him. And, well, ooh, can I have the snakes join in as well? Yeah, why not? Snake spores and the whole menagerie of creatures in there. There was a cave drake in a battle causing me problems, but luckily, one of my heroes, you join that and increase their morale. You join these guys and increase their morale. Good stuff. One of my heroes was equipped with something called a Bane Blade. And yes, ha 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 ha, 40k Bane Blade, ha 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 ha. Yeah, I'm sure no one's ever thought of the predictable joke you were about to make in the comments. Yeah, I'm watching you. But anyway, I had a hero armed with a Bane Blade, and one of the effects of a Bane Blade in this is if you hit someone with a Bane Blade, it causes them to rapidly age uncontrollably. And so what happened was one of my heroes managed to hit this cave drake with his Bane Blade, and the cave drake died of old age on the battlefield right in front of my eyes. No amount of protection and natural armor value apparently is going to protect you against that, as it turns out. So yeah, but anyway. Let's get rid of the rabbit foot charm and instead give you the Girdle of Might, which will not only increase his strength to ludicrous levels, but more importantly, give him reinvigoration, which I think might show up on here. Yeah, reinvigoration, there you go. This unit recovers fatigue each turn. Super important for this guy. Super important, but there you go. So he's got the Pendant of Luck and the Girdle of Might. Is there something cool we could craft while we're here? Out of curiosity. Let's have a look. Well, an Amulet of Giant isn't going to help him. This bag of wine, nah. Something I could give to someone else, perhaps. Horned helmet, mistletoe garland, gives you luck and poison resistance. Crown of command. I can't wear a crown. Some dragons, I think, can wear crowns, in addition to 2 miscellaneous objects, but unfortunately the boar can't. Totem shield. Curses the attacker, wow. Vine shield, lucky coin. Weapons. Elfbane, way. Interesting. Herald Lance. Serpent Chris. Snake Bladder Stick. Come again? Interesting. Armor negating. Area of effect as well. Bladder of this particular weapon is taken from an unbelievably venomous snake and is enchanted to fill with poisonous gas that puffs out of the stick wherever it strikes an enemy. Poisonous gas puff is quite large and can easily kill both the wielder and his enemies unless they're properly protected. Okay, so if you don't have poison resistance, don't try and use the snake bladder stick, basically. Crazy stuff. Starfire staff. Interesting. Well, anyway. Not seeing anything terribly useful right there, so all of you guys who can, research for this turn. Or is it worth waiting a turn? Is it worth waiting a turn? I think for now I just might, just to get all this bonus research, particularly from Doompig and his 38 research ability. Chew through a bit of these conjuration levels, Although Doompig himself might be able to cast something really fun and interesting here. Such as contact forest trolls. Or summon a Manticore. Vermin Feast, what does that do? Doubles the supply lost in a besieged castle. Whoa. Clockwork Soldiers. Cave Drakes. Vine Ogres. Chithoronic Lion. You know what? I want to summon a Manticore. That's what I want to do. I want to awaken a sleeper. Oh, this is the cool one. Yeah, you summon a huge human hero. Beside the fate of the entire world, the hero's awakening will be made to serve the caster until that time. The sleeper is an exceptionally good general, and soldiers under his command will rarely be routed from battle. Do you know what? We're going to awaken the sleeper. That's what we're going to do. Because that sounds really cool. Right. You just wait there. You wait, end turn. Awaken sleeper. Geriatrics has found a magic site. Brilliant. A Sage's Guild. What's that then? Enables recruitment of Sage and produces 1 Astral Pearl per turn. What's a Sage like then? Astral magic. Quite a bit of research ability now. That is interesting. That is interesting. Go ahead and... You know what? Repeat recruitment. We're going to keep recruiting Sages here in this place. Send them back to Oak Calls where I've got a lab and they can just sit there doing research. In fact, you can do research while you're there. That's quite useful, that is. Supply of Sages, because the Sages, they have a higher research value than my Druids, I think. My regular Druids are about the same, potentially. Yeah, no, actually slightly more. Yeah, so that's good. Not my Elder Druids. My Elder Druids are still pretty good. 18. But they're also expensive and take twice as many turns to recruit, so, you know. So, what's happened with this ancient hero? Where is he? Themis, is this him? Yeah, this is the guy. Enchanted Spear, Javelin of Flight. Sleepers are ancient heroes of exceptional size and prowess. Yeah. Generally good generals and soldiers under their command will rarely rout from battle. Wow. Wow. Okay. Very interesting. How about we put all of you under his command then? +4 morale. Look at that. Wow. Flippin' heck. See what, we might as well deploy him among them. Right at the front there. Let him do his thing. In fact, I'll take a few Boar Warriors. And we'll make these guys bodyguards for him. And you know what? I think I might just get this guy some sweet-ass equipment. Although he's already got pretty sweet equipment, honestly. Enchanted Spear, Javelin of Flight, you know. But Precision 15, he can throw that at someone and he'd do a ton of damage, I reckon. You know. Inspirational, his recuperation as well. Give him a rabbit foot, there you go. You can have a rabbit foot. Right off the bat. Mr. Themis. That was interesting. Alright. Restful spell. Let's see, what do we want to summon this time? I reckon a Manticore. That sounds fun. Let's summon a Manticore. And let's get some of these other guys making some items for him. Like a black steel helmet, for example. That would be a good start. Or a horned helmet. Oh, it's like you can use it as a weapon. I see. It's a helmet that allows you to attack with it as well as providing defense. That's interesting. Is it worth giving him a berserker pelt to make him go berserk, I wonder? Probably not. Shroud of the Battle Saint. Now, I could give him that to make him a blessed unit, which he's currently not. A blessed, sacred, whatever. That's really tempting. Yeah, let's do that. Let's forge a Shroud of the Battle Saint. That will allow him access to the damage resistance and the regeneration, you see. So that seems like a good idea to me. So let's do that. Are there any particularly amazing weapons we could get him? I wonder. Get a fix. Can you forge something sweet in the weapon department? Maybe something two-handed? Moonblade. Blade tempered in stellar light, it causes additional damage to magical beings. Nah. Midget masher. Double damage against smaller opponents, that's quite funny. Not seeing anything particularly amazing here. Oh, Frostbrand's not too bad, actually, though. It has an area of effect damage attack thing. You know what? Let's get him a Frostbrand, I think. Sort of swiftness. Yeah, let's get him a Frostbrand. So we're forging him a black steel helmet, Frostbrand, and a Shroud of the Battle Saint currently. That's not bad. I wonder if someone could forge him one of these things. Yeah, the Girdle of Might. Give him extra strength and reinvigoration. Yeah, that looks good to me. Because this guy, Themis, he could make a competent thug, you know? He could make a pretty competent thug. If not that, then a pretty beefy hero. Generally speaking. Right, geriatrics, let's send you off towards the swamp to search for some magic sites or something. Tempted to bring him back, actually, to here to do research and maybe make out magic items and things, you know, instead of searching for magic sites constantly. In fact, I think I'm going to do that. He's valuable for many things, this guy. Right. Recruitment. Don't forget to do recruitment. Enter. Summon Manticore, hooray! We have summoned a Manticore, and it's winter, so we need to get our skates on now. But that's a Manticore, 60 hit points. Poison resistant, it causes fear, which is nice, and it can fly, which is a big deal. It's a big deal. Let's take you guys and dump you in the squad. And there's Manticore. Quite honestly, have you joined Doompig? And, no, actually, let's not have you join Doompig. Let's have you join Themis, because you'll get way more morale that way. You're going to be a unit by yourself, but you're going to hold an attack rearmost enemies. You're going to fly right over the top and just beast mode all their commanders. That's your job. Yes. I could do with another Manticore, really. Can we get more than one? That would be nice. Another Manticore would be lovely. If we could get away with it before they start coming over here again, that'd be good. You know what, I've got quite a lot of gold nowadays. How about we bump up the defense of these provinces quite significantly? See, that one's got freaking war elephants in it. To try and slow them down if they do come this way. How about that? Although they've got to take Wick Forest back first before they get over here, so that'll slow them down as well. And in the meantime, I'm going to keep summoning Manticores because I can. And you can't stop me. Right, let's give Themis his stuff. Let's see. There you go. You got Girdle of Might. Do you know what? I think I might rename you a hero of legend being summoned back to this world to fight for us. There you go. He's now Claudius the Sleeper. So I really should get him a hammer, shouldn't I? Hammer and a shield. But let's give him Frostbrand. Mind you, Claudius did have a nice sword, so... Right, let's get him that. And he can't have that for some reason. Why is that? Is it because he doesn't have a free slot? Or is it just... Oh, no, it's equipped now. Okay, there we go. Shroud of the Battle Saint. I think it's been equipped instead of his cuirass he was wearing previously, which is a bit of a shame. But on the whole, I think it's an improvement because it does mean he's now got regeneration and damage resistance and all that good stuff. So, give him back that rabbit's foot. Boots. We can get him some boots. And we can get him a replacement shield if we wanted to. Let's... Where's our areas? What can you forge for us, geriatrics? What's this? Wear a regenerative powers in addition to increased strength, berserker rage, and superior night vision. The wild powers of the amulet will eventually turn the wearer into a beast. I'm not sure I want that. Amulet of resilience gives you reinvigoration. Again, I don't have enough magic gems. That is frustrating. Cost me 10 nature gems. I could trade for that with alchemy, because that would be another good thing to give to Doom Pig, wouldn't it? In the meantime, any good shields we can make for him. This one that curses the attacker, maybe? No. That's very good for protection, although it does encumber you a bit. There is the crystal shield, which is very nice indeed. Gives you quite a bit of encumbrance. But we're making up for that bit with the girdle of might he's wearing. So, and it gives you power of the spheres at the start of the battle as well, I suppose, which is okay, I guess. How much does it cost? 15 astral pearls and 10 earth gems. You know what? Go on then, fine. See if it's any good. Alchemy. I don't need all these water gems. I really don't need all these fire gems. I don't need them that many death gems either, to be quite honest. So let's convert a bunch of these back into nature gems. And, yeah, I think for now, that'll do. We recruiting? We should be recruiting, yet I don't think we are. More druids, more ball warriors. I should really just make a repeat recruitment. Someone's probably been screaming at me to do that for ages anyway in the comments. End turn. There's a battle in Wick Forest. Okay, so they're already trying to take back Wick Forest. We did summon Manticore. An unexpected event has occurred in Fom. Harsh winter has killed many poor folks. Oh dear. And in Giant's Rest, we got some gold. Okay, so about this battle in Wick Forest. What are we dealing with here? Ooh, they have quite the army, don't they? Yes, indeed. This thing. Bark Song, the Dark Vines. Ooh. This thing's practically a pretender god, this is. Oh, look at that, 126 hit points. Good grief. Unsurroundable, blind, forest survival, mindless, need not eat, magic being, poison resistant, blunt resistant, pierce resistant. Good Evans. Oh, I don't mind seeing how this one plays out, I suppose. Let's go fast forward. They've got some summoned wyverns, I see. And they destroyed it, right. Still, that's a lot of hit points on something that's not a god, you know. Alright. Well, I guess now we know it's time to get moving. I did kind of want to summon a few more Manticores, but alright, fine. I'll just live with it. For now. You guys, add you to this big blob. And, quite frankly, it's time for you to move. Right. Just need to figure out which ones I need to select here now. Cotus, don't forget Cotus. Where is he? There he is. Okay. Oh, the other thing. You. Oh, I forgot to forge you some boots. I guess that'll just have to wait, eh? Never mind. Anyway. Off you pop, everybody. Start making your way over in this direction with this big-ass army I've now collected. And, you know what? We might be able to build another lab, which will allow us to summon some more Manticores while we're over here. Which is always an option. So, yeah. Right, geriatrics, me old mate. You research for now. Over there. And, is there anything else we need done? Doesn't seem like it, although Akko is still waiting, hiding and waiting there. That's fine. They have 100 enemy units. We've already had a good look at them in the battle anyway, so don't need to go over that. Conjuration research completed. We're now at level 6, on our way to 7. More winter killing people, and Akko was discovered and attacked in Wick Forest, but presumably he escaped. Yes, retreat details. He was killed. Oh, damn it. Again. Well, let's recruit another scout down here, I guess. There we go. Everyone keep moving this way. They'll be coming into my territory any time now. Yeah, that's still on repeat recruitment, which I'm completely fine with. Troops are starting to starve due to lack of supplies. Yeah, that's the thing. Our army's so big that supply usage is outstripping the supplies available in Girl and Fens, even with Doompig providing a bunch of extra supplies. So, gotta watch out for that. Let's move this way. There's not much else to do for now, is there, other than bring our scout over here as well. And again, just for the sake of thoroughness, retreat and deploy at the back, so that one of these days maybe you'll successfully run away. Okay. Still nothing from them, but let's attack here. Lots of research going on here, wow. I think maybe we will get to Conjuration level 9 by the end, you never know. It'd be pretty cool if we did, so... Yeah, let's take Pistinia, and once we take Pistinia, I'm going to start building a fortress there, I think, and a lab, among other things. Enter. There was a battle in Pistinia! An unexpected event in Grey Mercs. Unrest and misfortune. Ugh, ill omens. Ugh. However, let us see this glorious army on the battlefield, shall we? Here it is. The army of beasts and men. Our Manticore is going to fly up in the air in any minute now, hopefully. It's the cave drakes just crawling along behind. Oh, Manticores have gone up. And they've come down again alongside Doompig. Gonna wreck their back line. Griffin versus Manticore. I think the Griffin's probably losing. Manticore's hardly indestructible, mind you. The horde of boars is still doing its thing. Brilliant. They're flying off, and yeah, that was pretty one-sided indeed. Pretty one-sided indeed. It's going to take a hell of an army of theirs to defeat this army, isn't it? Do we have enough tattoo guys in this army now? And are they all doing awakened tattoos is the question. You're not, are you? Cast awakened tattoos. Is there a way to just copy that and paste it? I don't know. How about we hold, then awaken tattoos. In case my theory about their being a bit temporary, more temporary than I'd like, is true. Alright, well now we're here. Now we are here. Let's have vital statistics. Also, look how far our Dominion has stretched now. Isn't that awesome? Let's have vital statistics. Build a palisades. Let's have Cativolcus here. Build a lab. And one of the others can build us a temple. Spent a lot of money in that in this term, but it'll be worth it. Setting up a second base over here. And these are all these sages I've been forgetting about. You guys can move over there to join in with the researching. I'm starting to think actually what I should do is not do that, but instead build a... Oh, I can't build a lab here. Really? You are mages. And you can't build a lab? How odd. Alright, whatever, just get over there then. Okay, they've still got a big army over here though, clearly. 140 enemy units, an even bigger one. Arguably, in fact, it's the same one we saw earlier. I'm losing the plot completely here. It's the same one as earlier. Yeah. The siege doesn't have anything particularly interesting in it in this game. Sadly, just a bunch of tritons, it seems. Sometimes you see krakens and all sorts in there, but apparently not this time. That notion of making Doompig breathe water to go capture that is still potentially an option, although I don't need to take Shepherd's Haven to get a real good look at what's in there, I think. Anyway, for now, they will be defending, waiting and defending. While we build the Palisade Temple and Lab. Right, things are still looking good over here. Still researching more druids. Researching more druids? Building more druids that can then research. And these guys are researching as well, these sages now too. Brilliant. My research is going through the roof, which is exactly what I want. And we should now have a lab here, which means Doompig can, yes, you guessed it, summon stuff. Like a Troll King's Court, or a Forest Troll Tribe, or Lamias, or Locust Swans. What? That's certainly interesting. Forest Giant. Ooh. I want a Forest Giant. Make it happen. Make it happen. Anything else we can do here right now? Yeah, that's the problem with having low-level mages. They can't really do much in terms of summoning spells and stuff. But hey, keep building that palisade, I guess. Wait to see if these guys fancy attacking across here. In fact, I don't think they can right now because it's not frozen anymore. We're in summer again. Losing track of time, clearly. There's all these provinces up here I haven't bothered to get either, and I'm wondering if now maybe is a good time while that's going on. You know? Maybe we're thinking about. If I leave Doompig behind and leave Vital Statistics behind and just take everyone else, that's still a pretty significant army. This is definitely not frozen right now, so they can't come across here. At least I really don't think they can. So Doompig can sit behind there, summoning forest giants and manticores and all the rest of it. And these guys will move off and start taking the rest of these provinces up here, because more resources is better at the end of the day. Yep. Corbian. The harvest has been good. Tax 100%. Lovely. Got another sage over here. You guys can go and take Ensorcelled Swamp. You know, you'll notice I still haven't dealt with the barbarians, and there's now 110 of them. Although this current army here could probably deal with them relatively simply. Right, Doompig. Ritual spell. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the Forest Giant, shall we? Hit point 66, protection 10, defense skill 9, attack skill 11. Has a great club that does an absolute megaton of damage. Strength 24, yeah, he's kind of a beast. He's not bad at all. Is he undisciplined? Yeah, he is undisciplined, so I guess he can join the big undisciplined blob along with all the others, I suppose. And in the meantime, what next? There's always the Hill Giant, just for variety, I suppose. Yeah, go on. Get us a Hill Giant as well. Why not? Let's see what the difference is. Okay. Okay, how did this battle go then in the swamp? I'm assuming we did quite well out of it. They got those crocodiles. Those are crocodiles. So, if you were curious, crocodiles have 23 hit points, 12 protection, 11 attack skill, 7 defense skill, 14 strength. And their bite does 16 damage. Fair enough, I guess. They can swim, obviously. Cold-blooded, apparently. Crocodiles. Oh, and lizard warriors as well. They're not that brilliant, although they have quite a bit of strength. They're tridents, I suppose. And another thing about their tridents is they have 3 length, which is pretty good. There's a whole thing, it's not really come up in this campaign so far, but there's a whole thing to do with weapon length. If your weapon basically is longer than your opponent's weapon, there's a chance that you can just sort of kind of deflect incoming attacks against you using your weapon because it's longer. It becomes particularly... Wow, they're already running away. It becomes particularly relevant when you use units like pikemen. When you're playing as a faction like Middle Era Ulm, and they have pikemen. The pikemen themselves have a bit slightly lower stats than some of the other infantry, but what they make up for it for is having these massive, like, length 4 or 5 pikes. And they are absolute battle winners, those guys. I didn't even realise the Manticore could fire... Oh, he's got a limp. I didn't realise they could fire a range attack, but they can. Look at that. Look at their flick barbs. Totally didn't realise that. Anyway, yeah, these poor guys are out of here. Yep. Did lots of damage, and the Boar Warriors kicked ass as well. Nice. Okay. Unexpected event in Norville. A peddler was peddling his wares in the province when one of your agents discovered a few magic gems of various types among his glass pearls and buttons. They were swiftly and forcefully bought at the price Doompig, Master of the Rock, intended. For 1 gold. Basically, we got all these gems. Nice. That's a good event. Right. Good stuff. Right. Let's just recruit a bit of defense here, as I usually tend to do. Enlist some of the local lizards. And I suppose we might as well go fight those barbarians now. Why not? In the meantime, Doompig, you have now summoned as a hill giant. So let's see. Protection 12, 106 hit points. He seems to do quite a bit more damage than the forest giant. He's got more strength. He has a special attack, grab and swallow. That's a whole thing as well. I was reading about this in the manual just yesterday. There are units in the game that can swallow other units. And the funny thing is, they're not necessarily digested unless it specifically says. So what would happen is this giant, he can grab and swallow enemy units, but if you kill the giant, the enemy units can effectively pop back out again. It's odd and very peculiar. But, yeah, there you go. Oh yeah, he's bigger than the forest giant. That would explain why he has more hit points by quite a lot, in fact. Yes, I think of the two, if I'm honest, I prefer the hill giant by far. He definitely seems better. Yeah. Well, let's see. What do we want to summon today? I'm enjoying this little mini game. What do we fancy this time? How about a Troll King's Court? If we've got the gems for that, we don't. But that's a bit of a shame, isn't it? How about alchemy? Trade in all these fire gems. Trade in all these water gems. Trade in all these death gems, and there you go. Now we have enough earth gems. Ritual spell. Monster boar. Monster boar. This is... Yeah, this monster boar, this is effectively like the non-pretender god version of the boar we have. Non-pretender god version of Doompig. So it'd actually be quite fun to summon a bunch of them. Although there's this boar of Carnutes as well. One of the great boars of Carnutes. These magnificent beasts live in the depths of the sacred forest. Oh. We have lots of boar-related options, don't we, clearly? But anyway, what I want to do... Oh, we actually need 5 more. We need 5 more. Hold on. Alchemy. There we go. What I want to do is summon the Troll King's Court. That's what I want to do. 1 month remaining on the Palisades. And, yeah. It's fall. Right, we're going to have to consider getting our troops back here fairly soon before this freezes over. In fact, just to be on the safe side, we might want to do it right now, rather than attacking Flower Meadow Forest. Oh, yeah, just to be on the safe side, that's what I'm going to do, I think. 2 commanders doing nothing. Who's doing nothing? You. Research. You. You're a scout, aren't you? You could just wait there for now. Alright, we're at level 7 Conjuration. We cast Troll King's Court. The construction of the palisades is complete. Pekaroth, god of Rus, has been permanently vanquished. At the end, his dominion did not touch a single province, and his life force died with his dominion. Oh. That third and most rare of victory conditions, folks. Our dominion took over all of his provinces, and I think including his capital, and I think that's how we won. Totally didn't notice that. Boy, what an anticlimax. I'm almost annoyed. I didn't get to use all my cool summoned units. What did we get in the end over here? Let's have a look. So this is what you get with the Troll King's Court. All these trolls. And war trolls. Man, that would have been really cool. So annoyed about that. And troll knights. Troll moose knights. That's really cool. How frustrating. How utterly irritatingly frustrating. Oh, and we actually get the Troll King himself as a character. Iter the Troll King. Oh, he's pretty cool, isn't he? 42 hit points, 24 protection. Woof. That is definitely a thug character right there. He has regeneration all by himself without being blessed or anything. Yeah, I'd give this guy a Shroud of the Battle Saint. And then a bunch of other really cool gear. He'd be pretty sweet, he would. Mr. Troll King. But unfortunately, we've won the game. We won. I think what happened... this has never happened to me before. I've never had a Dominion this powerful that it's covered the entire map. Yeah, I think what's happened is his capital province was lost to my Dominion through basically nothing other than osmosis. I wasn't actively going out there and preaching with secret preachers or anything. It just sort of happened, which is interesting. Now, let's have a look at the message here. His Dominion did not touch a single province. Ah, right, no, I see what... Now I understand, right. So it's not that we took his capital with our Dominion, it's that his Dominion was completely wiped out. This last bit here we don't control, but he didn't control it either. This was like Dominion neutral, this last bit here, Endron, in the corner. And so, therefore, he had no Dominion, and thus that means that's the end of him. I guess he just poofs into a cloud of smoke and is gone. Right. Well, there you go. See, part of me wants to just undo this somehow. I want to go back. I want to do this properly. I want to have a big fight. I want to fight these guys. What is going on? This is very annoying. You know. But unfortunately, it's not to be. It's not to be. Bit of a shame, really. Bit of a shame. Can't command them to do anything. Well, I can't command them to get across there because it's not icy. But it's the end of the game anyway, so it doesn't matter. I feel cheated. I built up Claudius with all of this cool stuff, and we didn't get to use him either. How annoying. How annoying. But there it is, folks. What's done is done, I'm afraid. Let's go have a read the victory text. Victory! You reign supreme. You are the Pantocrator. Your enemies are cast down, broken, dead, enslaved, or imprisoned. You are the sole author of fate. You summon the tides, dictate the seasons, give or withhold fortune and life, light up the sun at dawn and quench its fires at dusk. All move according to your will. Endless eons pass. But then, at some unknowable time, there is a change. Something stirs in the void. You perceive something reminiscent of ancient longings and doubts you thought forgotten, perhaps suggestive of a sight unseen or a tune unheard. What is this thing, this longing, this faraway fleeting enigma. You lift your presence from the world, ascend from the thrones, and rush into the void, racing after that receding, beckoning something. Borne on wings of absolute authority, you race further and further away, chasing that sole thing that you do not understand, still further away. Leaving the world behind you, it becomes a fleeting memory, a distant dream, a tune unheard, a sight unseen. Down on the world you left behind, old servants and enemies feel their chains loosen. Doors thought forever shut slowly creep open, and ancient things long thought dead stir. The thrones sit empty, but hungry eyes have turned their gaze upon them, sensing a new dawn. And so, the Age of Chaos begins once again. So that when we play this again next time, folks, and I'm sure there probably will be a next time, we will be acting out the Ascension Wars that take place in the wake of Doompig ascending and leaving the world. And we'll find out what happens in the aftermath of his passing in the future, in our next campaign, whenever we get around to doing it. I really enjoy this game. This was perhaps an awkward, and this is not the campaign I was hoping for to showcase this, really. I've had better campaigns than this in the past, but you get what you get with Dominions. Sometimes the game just sort of blows a raspberry at you, and sometimes you get a really, really amazing, really cool campaign. This was a bit of an anticlimax towards the end, although I certainly still enjoyed myself. I practically recorded this entire campaign in 2 days, just sat here playing it, because I've been enjoying it that much. I love this game, I really do. This was an odd campaign, though. We had an enemy trapped on an island who could only cross over when it was frozen, when the sea was frozen, although that one time they did cross over, good grief did they do some damage. But not only were they trapped over there for most of the time, but I think the AI must have created a god for them that had really weak dominion. We never got to see this Ghost King they were ruled by in the flesh. Well, in the ethereal flesh, I suppose, but you know what I mean. I think he must have had really, really weak dominion, because I built some temples and stuff. I did the usual thing. But I didn't do anything particularly overboard. I didn't have provinces full of preachers preaching the word. I didn't have temples in absolutely every province. I didn't have... My own dominion was not that high. I think I went for something like 5, didn't I, on the God creation screen? So I think what might have happened there is that the AI created a god which had absolutely pathetically weak dominion. And I think that's what did them in at the end of the day. I played a game against Bandar Log on Twitch, and it was the opposite thing. They were stuck on an island, but they had very, very strong dominion, and it was a very different situation. They might have been stuck on a little island, but their dominion was breaching my shores, and I was desperately building temples and preachers and stuff to try and push back the spread of their religion. Not so in this case. Not so in this case at all. It was quite a different matter, and I think that's ultimately what probably happened. But anyway, as this thing says here, it is cyclical. One campaign simply gives away to the next one. And what will be in the next campaign, I don't know. It'll probably be a different faction, a different god. And I'll probably do it again relatively soon, because I'm really enjoying this game at the moment. I've been streaming it on Twitch. I've now done a very small playthrough of it on YouTube, and I did say it would be a very short one, bit of an introductory one. I think if I do another campaign, it will be with multiple factions, I think, and a bigger map for sure. But this was a decent enough introduction, I suppose. Who will be playing next time, and who will be playing against? I have no idea. Don't even know what type of god we'll be playing as either, actually. I haven't had a go at one of the immobile sort of statue gods before. That could be interesting, having one of those. That could be very interesting. But I haven't played an undead faction before. I'd quite like to play an undead faction. I'm sure it's a very different experience. And I've also never played an underwater faction before, like Atlantis or Relief, or any of those ones. And there's also the demon faction, which has a bit of a roster, but also about half of it is summoning demons as well. So that's a whole thing. So many things to explore and do in this game. So many different things. And that's why I keep coming back to it. The replay value of Dominions 5 is insane. Absolutely insane. Even with just the same faction, different combinations of buffs and gods and things keep it interesting, you know? Let's hit end turn. Yes. Rejoice. Doompig, god of Marverni, healer of the lands, master of the rock, great master of the earth, has ascended. So we can view score graphs. And we can see here provinces, they could not compete with this. They were stuck in their little part of the world, and there's nothing they could really do. I think in future, I might, when I'm creating a new world, I'll enable the east-west wraparound feature, so that the world becomes more like a globe. And that might hopefully put a stop to the AI getting stuck on islands in the corner all the time. That might do the trick. But anyway, as you can see, they were a bit screwed there. Forts. I had more forts than them. In fact, they never built an extra fort. They just had their capital one. I think that was each the entire time. Income. They were beating me on income pretty solidly for most of that, as you can see. But then we had a lot of income problems consistently all the way through. That was a bit of an issue for us. Gem income, we completely massacred them on that one. But again, the territory difference made that happen. Research, we did beat them on research, but I was building an awful lot of druids, so I'm not surprised. Dominion, yep. Just yup. Army size, consistently bigger armies than us. Now, to be fair, especially sort of midway through towards the end, we were using a lot of summoned monsters rather than relying on hordes of infantry, and they were definitely a horde army, as we saw in those few times we encountered them. But still, the difference towards the end there, that's quite eye-watering. I still reckon I could have taken them, though. I'm just a bit sad we didn't get the opportunity to do so. And Ascension points, yeah, they never captured any thrones because the only other throne was in the sea and they couldn't get to it, neither could I. There you go. You can view history, which is a nice little feature. This plays back the Dominion spread over the entire game. As you can see, theirs spreads out a bit at the beginning, but then, yeah, ours spreads out a lot. And theirs gets pushed back. And then forward and back and forward, but yeah, it's inevitable, I'm afraid. It could simply have been, they probably had low Dominion generally, but it could also simply be a symptom of the fact that they didn't have enough territories to build temples in to make an even fight of it. But I don't know. And as I said, that other playthrough I did, with a similar situation like this, I still didn't manage to achieve this. I mean, look at that. Yep, there you go. His Dominion was completely eliminated, and that's how he lost. Well, there you go. Took us 3 years to do that. Funny thing is, if we'd taken an imprisoned god, it's very likely that our god wouldn't have even woken up by the end of the campaign. That's how short it was. But there you go. Anyway. Oops. I forgot when you press quit on that menu, it actually quits you straight to the desktop instead of back to the main menu. So I've opened up the game again, and here we are. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that was the saga of Doompig. It was a bit anticlimactic towards the end, but I enjoyed it anyway. I don't care. So anyway, folks, I hope you enjoyed this. I'm recording all of this very much in advance, as I said, in the course of a couple of days, so I have no idea how many people were watching this campaign by the end, how popular these videos were and stuff like that, but assuming people enjoyed it, and I hope they did, I will be back with more Dominions in the future, because I seriously enjoy recording this. I really enjoy playing this. So I'll be back with more Dominions in the future, hopefully, with another campaign, a proper campaign, hopefully, that next time, with multiple factions, a bigger world map, make a real go of it, hopefully. But until then, I hope you enjoyed. I know a number of people have already messaged me to say that they bought this game as a result of watching me play it, so that's great news. Clearly I'm doing my job if that's the case. But anyway, if you've bought the game yourself, I hope you're having fun with it. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, thanks very much for watching. Stay safe, and I'll see you then. Toodaloo.